Yo, good morning, people. A little bit late today, but good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's switch to the live stream. So, welcome everybody. Today is 29th of July. Today we're gonna be trading MNQ. Right, today is FOMC, right? It's Wednesday. We got FOMC later in the day at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's gonna be hella fun. I'm gonna drop into and do top-down analysis in just a second. A little bit of a low energy day today, but we'll make it work, you know. We'll make it work because that's what we're here for, right? Let me just turn up the stream. So let me turn up the analytics so I can see the chat. Cool, the stream is working fine. Yo, Delvey, welcome to the stream, brother. Welcome, Rush, welcome. Yo, this PA, honestly, not the prettiest of PAs. I'm gonna be honest, but just looking at it, right? We've obviously been in a downtrend. This has been trading as we suspected, right? If you just go on the hourly. If you go on the hourly, you'd known that we've been bearish all from here, right? This is... yo, Russ, welcome to the stream, brother. I'm glad you woke up today. So, yeah, we've been bearish all the way from the start of June. Well, from middle of June. And just straight dumping, right? We didn't tap anything significant yet. Yeah, we are forming an MM here. That we are. So maybe expect a tap of the 50, right? Maybe move higher, or even the sweep of the ultimate low. Now, up here, I do have a couple of areas that do seem really interesting. If we go into the 5-minute, let me just... yeah, on the 5-minute, this MM up above, I do expect a significant bounce if and when we come up here. I do expect a significant bounce into the other direction. Yeah, there's a huge imbalance here that can be filled and tapped, right? But overall, we are currently stuck in this range, right? This is the range that we're stuck in. As you can see, we've been trading from the top to the bottom, to the top, to the bottom, right? And this is what I meant when I said keep track of your highs and lows, right? Your protected highs and lows. If you just go into the 15-minute, let me see, hold on. Oh yeah, so the 15-minute was closed here, and we have traded up above that high. Yeah, there was a 15-minute closure. Let me just check this. Yeah, 15-minute closure up above that high. I did post at like 3 a.m. in the Discord. I had marked out that origin. The possible tip, the 50 tap to go higher, right? I'm not trying to catch the bottom of this move, obviously not, right? But I do see us retracing, right? Retracing. Now from where? It could be that MM, it could be anywhere. Yo, Plastic, good morning people, good morning. But let me see, the 5-minute, yeah, so the 5-minute had like this origin, like this flip alone had a flip inside of it, right? And that flip inside of it delivered too. Now it goes without saying, yeah, this is not the best entry to take, but still, right, it delivered. Could have classified it as a really good entry, honestly. But overall, if we do come up above that high, I would long the zone that's responsible. Now if we do on the market open continue short, I'm not going to be taking any shorts. I did take a short yesterday. Now that short was on a lower time frame. Let me see. Yeah, so let me show you. This was the short I took on the eval. Yo, JD, welcome. This was the short that I took on the eval, and I am aware it's not the best short, but it delivered, right? because look at the volume that came out of this, right? This was a straight V shape going higher. I hope you didn't short this. There was an area here which did look solid, but didn't end up delivering. Like, look at all this volume coming up into the zone, right? Let me see if there was an origin here. Yeah, there was no closure up above, and this, okay, they deliver though. But yeah, that bottom of the range that we sketched out, right? It was the bottom of the range Then we traded lower, right? That became more probable. Have you seen my live execution? I didn't. I will check. But yeah, tap the 50, right? After coming back up, tap the 50, tapped again, traded lower, right? Gave another reaction, and then what? In Asia, right? Delivered that 1-to-1 on the entire zone, traded higher, swept that and boom. Let me see the 1 minute deliver, the 5 minute deliver, the 15 minute. If you were doing the 15-minute entry, delivered also. Really good stuff. Even in Asia, right? Let me check the 5 minutes. Well, the live executions. Oh, you took a trade on 649. Let me see. Where is 649? 649. Oh, that's not the same. Oh yeah, but that's not a live execution though. I mean, I get what you're trying to say, but that's not a live execution yet. I mean, live execution is when you're tapped in an entry, right? And you obviously send the picture. I mean, that's fine. You know, you saying where you're gonna trade from. Yeah, the zone. Yeah, okay. Now, if we were just looking at M1 alone. Let me see M1. So we did go down below that low, made that. Then no swing. There was no closure down below that low. So this was the protected high. Trade up above. That was the second swing. And now we're retracing back. Okay, interesting. So your whole narrative is basically breakup structure, and that's the SNDR. Okay, I do understand that narrative. Now, in terms of taking that SNDR, it's probably the same probability as taking this, right? I took this yesterday, a 50-point zone. Let me see. Oh yeah, a 60-point zone. Yeah. I mean, not that bad indeed. But I am expecting price to range here, so this would kind of be that. You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for market open. The market open volatility, as you know it, as it has been brutal the past few days. As you can see, right, just straight bump down, and then on Monday, right, what do? We opened up and straight down, right? You don't want to be caught in that. You don't want to be caught in that market open volatility. That's why I say with market opens, make sure to not have limits out. Like directly on market open, do not have limits. Wait like a couple minutes just so you see what kind of volume we're dealing with. Yo, don't blink. Welcome to the stream. Welcome everybody. We have market open in 5 minutes. The trade away is set up, so you guys are gonna be seeing the trades that I take. But as I said, right, I would like to see price go up above that high for any potential long entries, right? That's me being the bull, right? But I obviously cannot predict where the low is gonna be. I don't want to be that guy, you know, saying, yo, we're gonna go from here. Yeah, we have a double bottom here, of course. Yeah, that's good narrative. But I'm not gonna be supporting that theory from below. Yo, Ziga Red Bull, I don't have one. They've been sold out of all zero, like the grocery store. And it's not like a cheap grocery store either. But they've been sold out of every single zero energy drink. and I'm like, should I drive to get one, or like what should I do? And I ended up doing neither, right? They've been pre-market said we can go down, no closing in daily time frame. Look at daily. Yeah, the daily closed with a wick. Let me see. Yeah, on the daily we are bearish, right? We are bearish. We have confirmed that we are still bearish as structure goes. Yeah, but we still need to be open for a possibility of a retracement, right? Now that retracement may not come from here, it may come from lower, but yeah, overall, if you're just looking at structure alone, this is still bearish. This is mega bearish. Like, as we have been bearish this whole time, we said here that's the second swing, right? We shorted here. We obviously noted the here. We were taking a lot of shorts here, and it shows. If I show you my dashboard, I think it's like mostly shorts. Like this has been amazing. Like this market that we've been in. Today is FOMC. I have noted that at the start of the stream. Today is FOMC, and I did note it in TDA, right? So we can expect a small range here. Bro, is perma bear. Yo, you don't know how much easier it is, because I grew up, look, on the daily. Well, I didn't grow up, but I started trading in 2022, right? What happened in 2022? Look at this price action. This is 2022. This is where I learned trading. This is where I started learning trading. Like right here. Like I was marking out this, and I was marking out this, everything here. Yeah, I grew up. Yo, but yeah, like this is when I started getting more serious into trading, right? But this is when I started, so I was pretty accommodated. Like this is what I was back testing. I am pretty accommodated to bearish price action molded in the bear. Yeah, molded in the bear market. We just zoom out a little bit and then we just see straight. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I guess. I was looking forward to do an FOMC stream, like actually traded, but then I thought about the time that it actually gets released, and it's my bedtime, so no FOMC stream today, sadly, right? But I would like to do it someday, like actually just buy an eval just so I can trade news like that, because it can be traded. Like everything can be traded. And I'm not saying gambling, don't gamble, but it can be traded. Of course it can. What regional time you go to bed? Usually 8 to 9 p.m. Yo, Winksane, welcome. And then I wake up at 4 a.m. because I can't sleep any longer. But yeah, overall, yeah, the slower time frame is still bullish. There is a possibility of us tapping that zone, yeah, as JD said. But yeah, we have market open right now, so we're gonna see. We do not want to have any limits. Yeah, I know, very early. Damn, I wouldn't see blue light. Yeah, but yeah, overall, as I said, right, we have this origin, or flip, as you may. If we don't react from here, I do see us going to sweep all of this, right? There is a possibility of us rejecting here and then going lower, but that's a small rejection. As I said, please do not have any limits on market open, since you might get slipped and you might get touched inappropriately by the market. So JD fast. My small bro. Yo, I was thinking about that in my head when I said JD. I had that thought. Oh yeah, that is the sweep. So JD, I hope you backtested your strategy. I need you to be confident. But overall, I do see us rejecting here. If we do come up, Trump is big one. Yeah, there is mixed opinions about Trump, right? There is a lot of mixed opinions. He is running for 2028, so I don't know how that's gonna go, honestly. I don't know how that's gonna go. But again, right, we'll see what the people of America do. Or let me see USD JPY, because I heard okay, yeah, this is currently really high. With the USD JPY, you could see us dropping lower, since the yen is falling apart. On the 1 minute on NQ, currently 2 big red candles opened up as per usual, right, as per the last 3 days. The last 3 days have been nothing but bearish PL. Like, it sucks, because obviously I don't get a setup, and I did wait, let me see, was it here? I don't know where it was exactly. I did want a short. Okay, so yeah, if we did, I had a setup here yesterday, just below this low. I was looking for a body closure down below to trade from that zone, and what happened was we got a wick, tapped into that zone, delivered that 50%, and then went higher. Right? If there was a body closure down below that zone, I would have obviously been a part of that move going lower. Because if we just look at the swing count, it was 1, 2, and then, you know, smaller time frame 3, and then go higher. YM straight to Valhalla. Yo, we gotta check YM. Oh, we got some drop in here on YM. Look at this. Let me see daily. Yeah, the daily of YM. Okay, yeah, this could be just a small retracement though. But overall structure here. Yeah, that looks like a rounding, I'm gonna be honest. We could still go higher and tap here. On 53,000s, I could see a possible rejection, and at 5300 and 53,300. And there's a possible, let me see the 1 hour on YM. Yeah, look at this, perfect. Let me draw it correctly. Here we go. So, and this is obviously a good zone. You could see a bounce here and then go lower. That's what I see. So let's go back to NQ, because I see this is just going higher. So the 1 minute, I did say if we go higher. Now this is abiding structure. Abiding? Hello? So yeah, obviously second swing low. With these second swings, if they have not reached the 50% yet, it could be a fake one by the structure. Yo, honestly, yeah, trading while Biden was running, well, as president, it was tough. I'ma be honest, it was tough. Like low volatility, low volume, the zones were like really small. I don't know, it just wasn't a overall pleasant experience, especially for SNDR trading. But as I was saying, the second swing, if it doesn't tap the 50% of that flip, right, that you have marked, it could be a fake, like a sweep, like a breakup structure, right? What you could see then is that that move, tap the 50% and go higher. But overall, we did make a nice move coming from here. I know something's going on with my throat. I ate ice cream, like a protein ice cream, and my throat just died. Anyways, what I was trying to say, now why I have this retracing up here, there is a small zone over here that you could potentially see. If this does tap again, I do see a retracement going back into the range. Let me see if there's another zone here, possibly. Yeah, I mean, obviously at the highs, if we rejected the highs, Biden was so slow, he knew he'd become president before Trump. Yeah, I think Biden became president because people didn't want Trump in the office. That's just my take. because I don't remember a single thing that Biden did, but I do remember a lot of things that Trump did. I mean, not necessarily good, but still. We did almost have a third world war with Trump, and then with Biden there was some kind of peace, and then yeah, Trump is while backing America strongly, like with his whole heart, I don't think he's a good president at all. He's capitalizing too much. I'm gonna be honest. So let's move forward with price, right? So we are rejecting from this zone. We're here, right? This is not part of structure. Now I did see, let me see, what was the guy's name? I gotta open up the browser. Hold on. I did see a YouTuber, right? It's a deal. Yeah, it's a deal. AMN trading, right? He's trading the same way as we do, just a little different, right? I did see Dave tweet him. So he's using the exact same 30-50-70 principle and essentially shorting at the sweep, right? There was no sweep here, but essentially using the same DTFX concept. Really profitable fella, as I saw from his YouTube only. A deal, but he did incorporate ICT, like liquidity, and I don't like that. Yeah, this is the guy. A deal. AMN trading. I did look at his videos. They do seem I mean, okay, but yeah, let's go back to trading. So if this does come up above, let me see. Yeah, this is reject from that zone, but that zone was not part of structure. So this whole swing is not part of structure, even though we rejected at the 50, right? Delivered the SNDR and everything. This swing is not part of structure. Now, why isn't it part of structure, you may ask? Because structure is currently here, right? This is our structure. Now we can sweep this low and tap the flip, right? We can't do that, but in terms of structure, this is not part of structure. Yeah, maybe for hyper scalping, this could be used as a zone to, you know, get a move off of, especially if you're expecting shorts here. But overall, I did not use swings like this. Like if there's a bearish swing in an overall bullish trend, I will not use it. I am gonna wait for that closure down below to then go in short. What a range. What a range. But I do agree with Dave. Are you still tapering caffeine intake? Yes, I am. So currently, in the previous days, I've tried. I did have to, and now I'm completely without energy, and it just shows how addicted I was, right, on the intake. And you get headaches, you get you know, low drive. It does suck. It does suck, but it's kind of needed, right? You don't want to be addicted to a substance, like never. So I was kind of hoping for us to go up above that, like possibly create an SNDR and go higher. My bones. Yeah, I can feel that. I can feel that. Your body is craving, you know. At the end of the day, it's still an addiction, and you don't want to be addicted, right? And we're in this boat together now, Rest. There is a small, is this an or this is not an origin. Yeah, if that had a closure down below that low, I would count it as an origin. But I do only count swings, right, structure, if there's a body closure present, but there is obviously no body closure present. Hey, but guys, you know what I wanted to show you? I've created like this crazy website, and I just gotta show you on live, right? Let me pull this up. So how you get to it, it's basically you type in my website / backtesting, but essentially what you have here is all of my stats, on backtesting, right? You have all my drawdown, my R curve, my equity, my 2025, 2026, the worst drawdown, and a good stat that a lot of you guys okay, website design. And a good stat that you guys probably are just gonna, you know, go over and not really think about it. Longest time underwater, that means in drawdown, right? 9 days, right? You guys think that losing streaks don't happen? They do, right? Even with this, it happens. That was 1%, right? 1%. Yeah, that's the same. But yeah, I was risking 1R, right? And these are all the trades. This is going month by month if you want to do P&L, and this is all accessible. If you go to my free Discord under the resources, there's a link that will get you there, and you can see all of the times that I traded, right? The distribution of trades, you know, the sheer volume. As you can see, it's normal distribution here. We're taking less probability trades too. I was taking SNDR setups. Yeah, I was. Yeah, exactly that. I was doing that. But I'm so deep into this that I know which ones are less probability, right? When I say, for example, this zone for me would be less probability right now. And this is what I would take in backtesting, or yeah, I mean, but again, it was higher time frame alignment, right? It was alignment with the narrative. Like if you have structure, narrative, zone, and all of those three, of course the entry is the 50%, but if you have all of those in alignment, like actually, you know, everything that's currently happening in the day, right? You have structure down, you have narrative down, you have the zone down, and the entry down. You're not gonna have less than 70% of profitability. I think you can't have less than 70 if you have all of those down, especially with SNDRs, because I see I don't want to, you know, spoil any identity, but there's a guy, right? Let's call him John, okay, for privacy reasons. Let's call him John. So John, he had the problem with narrative. He had problem with higher time frame narrative. I did point that out to him, and his win rate went from 60 to 70%. And now it's now he's, I think, on 200 trades, like 250 or something, and his win rate has been stable now at 70%. And you can see, right, a higher time frame narrative is really important. Why I preach do TDAs, right? If the market is short, why are you trying to long? You know? And it's crazy. It's really crazy. So let me see. Yeah, 225 total trades right now at 70.7% win rate, utilizing the SNZC. Just crazy. Isn't that right? But yeah, such crazy progress that I'm seeing. You know, even if you have one of those pillars crooked or not totally, that's awesome. Yeah, isn't it, Rush? Isn't it? But yeah, I know. I am proud of the guy. Like, you know, backtesting shouldn't be overlooked. Definitely not. Like, I backtested this morning. Just out of, you know, I was like, I have free time. I'm just out of the gym, so let me just do some backtesting real quick. You know, getting the reps in. But yeah, overall, this market open, goddamn, like we've just been stuck in this tiny range. But you could see us dip below that low. Possibly, depends on the volume coming into this zone. Possibly reject from that zone. If it's gonna be like straight red candle, I'm pray to Lord Jesus. Could have a pop here. Like after this sweep, you could have a pop back into the range. I wouldn't declare this as bearish yet though. So we did have that sweep, that's the low. Isn't that the London low? I wouldn't even know because I don't trade this. But that would be the London low, wouldn't it? Like I'm not an ICT guru, but it's a low for me. Yeah, it is? Okay. Hey, that's that's amazing. Who needs indicators anyways? Yeah, nah. You're the guru, you're the ICT guru. So as I said, they pop back into the range. Now it was a tiny pop of 40 points. But with these sweeps, especially in zones, you do tend to see a trade back into the range. Like, I don't know on stream if you noticed, especially with like these origins and stuff over here, there was a tiny sweep, right? Look at this. This is just an example. A partial mitigation. We swept the partial mitigation, went higher, then swept the zone, right? But with these partial mitigations, you do get that trade back in like into the opposing direction. That's why I utilize entries. Like, they're good if they have the sweep, right? The partial mitigation. There's such, like, it goes from an A entry to an A plus entry for me. Just because of that sweep alone. Because if there is no sweep, you are the sweep. Saying by Dave, like, I can't. It's such a good saying. If there is no sweep, you are the sweep, and you're gonna see, right? You're gonna see with zones that are just like blank zones. You're gonna see SNDRs like this. So the market's gonna go up, down, up. Oh my god. Create an SNDR and go higher, right? No retracements here. Just an SNDR here. And what you're gonna see is the market going down, 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 sweep the SNDR, and then go higher. That is burned into my subconscious. Yeah, because it should be, right? And that's exactly what happens when, you know, there is no sweep. There is no zone here that the market could, you know, sweep. Like this, for example. Like, if there is no zone like this, you're gonna be the sweep. Trust me. A lot of heavy bearish volume coming into this zone. Let me see the 5 minute. Yeah. My prayers are with you, JD. My prayers are with you. As I said in my TDA, I would not be interested in any shorts. I did. Wait, let me screenshot the TDA just so I can show you guys. This was what I was sending out. Well, what I did send out to all of the people. FOMC today could see a range until then. Anyways, the NQ higher time frame is still bearish. I did take note of that. We do have a couple of levels to the downside for us to tap, and there is a little range for me. This is the range, right? This is the current one that we're in. And I said to keep track of your protected highs and lows, right? Your structure. And I said I'm not interested in shorting today unless we get a really nice setup, but most likely none will present. Follow your rules. That's what I wrote in the Discord, but holy shit, the bears. So I'm gonna just mark out the low, and my condolences. My condolences. I have taken a short from up. Hey, lovely. Lovely. That's nice. That's very nice. But as I said, right, I don't usually take these zones. I do see people that have traded DTFX before that they take them. It's just generally not what I do. I always abide structure, and if structure's telling me, yo bro, like, we're clearly, you know, in this tiny bullish leg, right, I'm not gonna be taking a bearish leg until that low is broken. So now if we did create a bearish leg, of course I would take that bearish leg or bearish swing. So you could see 70 to the 30 now, or, you know, just 25,000s, I think. I hope Marshall's doing well today. So we have tapped that 70, I think. Let me. Yeah, we have tapped at 70. No MM present that I would generally be looking at. Maybe this one? Yeah, this one was swept. Yeah, as we're gonna sweep the low, if we're gonna sweep the low, there could be a huge rejection going into the zone. Now, where was the protected low, right? Where is the protected low? Obviously, if I take the lock, this is now the protected low. And with that protected low, we have closed down below it. We gotta take note of what? That we might be in a range, right? We might be in a range. So if we take the extremities of your range here, where's gonna be the top and where's gonna be the bottom? And what is this? The middle, right? The middle. If you don't know how to trade the range, I would say the not diddle in the middle. Yeah, exactly, Crystal. Exactly. So as I said, with that low, you could see a trade back into the range and then go lower. But this does look on the hourly, no, sorry, the 15. On the 15, it does look like it's gonna start rounding like this. Just delete some of the drawings just for you guys so it's a little bit clearer. There we go. This little SNDR delivered nicely though. Once again, yeah, so if we do create an SNDR here, let me just check the higher time frame swing count. So this did break structure to the upside. So how many swings do we have in this whole leg? We have 1, 2, this would be 3 on the higher time frame, but on the higher, okay, so we do understand why this isn't the same as this, right? We do understand that. So if you were to track your swings, I wouldn't be going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a separate leg. Like each leg can have its own swing count. This is the definition of multi-time frame analysis, because these all are hourly swings. These here are 15-minute swings, and inside there are 1-minute swings, right? This is, you know, the drawing that Dave used to do, this one, and then he did this. You know this drawing? That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And if you just look, you got the larger swings, right? And then you have the smaller swings, and then inside of those you have even smaller swings, right? Okay, you guys understand? Okay, cool. I'm just checking, you know, I'm just checking. But this, look, it's just at the 15-minute, right? At the 15-minute, this did break structure. Look, even on the 15-minute, there was a separate swing count. I know it's a little hard to see because of all the gaps, but let me try to draw it as best as possible here. So we have this high, this low, this high, then we traded lower, created this structure, right? This is the lower time frame structure. Then we broke that lower time frame structure, and if we do come down below that, now we have a whole new, right? This is a swing of a higher time frame because it has a breakup structure here. You know how I said you can spot those easily, like these higher time frame swings, just by breakup structures? That's exactly what I meant. And even here, like this swing did break structure as well. Oh my god, hold on. It did break structure as well, and then we went higher. Bam, swept the low, right? Created a higher time frame swing. I'm trying to find a good setup to look at that origin. Even though I said, yeah, it isn't valid at all, right? I wouldn't use this, but yeah, the last down move ended up giving a nice long off of it. At the end of the day, someone would still just take two of these candles like that and say, okay, yeah, this is a supply area, right? But I am a little bit more precise when it comes to stuff like that. I'm not usually just, oh, okay, let me just grab two candles or that last down move. No, I actually look, okay, is there a body closure down below it? Okay, there isn't, so this isn't a valid origin. Cool. So I'm trying to find where we're reacting from. It just seems like maybe the bottom. What are you using as your time frame stack? Narratives such as entry. I know DTFX used to focus on hyper scalp like 50 entries and stuff. Yeah, it did. It focused on 5 second too. So my current entry stack, sorry, my time frame stack is rarely the weekly, rarely. I just look at it if there's a huge move like this, right? I look at it for potential targets down below. Then I go to the daily. I look out for previous daily highs, previous daily lows, right? So if you just look here, you got the previous daily low, right? The one that we obviously already sketched out in the previous daily high. Then I go to the 4 hour. You know, we have the swings on the 4 hour. Okay, you see how all of these are now lower time frame swings. Like, it's apparent that they're lower time frame swings. And then I go to the 1 hour. The 1 hour shows, okay, obviously the swing count. We have areas that we might reject from. We have an mm up above. Okay, maybe an area to the left, such as an mm. Then we go to the 15 minute. From the 1 hour, I go to the 15, to the 5, to the 1, right? And then for the closures, right? I'm just looking at, okay, is this swing part of the 15 or is this part of the 5 minute? And then I look for the corresponding closure. If it's a 15-minute swing, right? If we have a swing that's part of the 15-minute, there has to be a 15-minute closure here. There can't be a 1-minute closure up above a high, which is obviously a part of the 15-minute closure, sorry, 15-minute time frame, and expect an SNDR to hold from here, right? Because it could be just wicking, like there could be just like a giant wick going lower. That's why I wait for higher time frame closure. But look at this, how this is rejecting from the bottom. God damn. Now don't blink. I'm not going lower. Maybe if I'm really bored, I'll go on Ninja Trader. You know, I'll do this and go sub 1 minute. I'll go like to the 5 second, right? I don't usually do this, but that's if I'm bored and I just want to observe price. Yeah, the lower time frame does look more appealing. Okay, so you trade 5-minute swings or 15-minute swings and zones, but you keep track of what it belongs to. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Always match the zone to the time frame, right? If you have a zone marked out, match it to the corresponding time frame. But yeah, that's essentially what I do. I just go into 5 second and just observe. If I go to the 5 second, I don't like to trade the 5 second. It's toxic, like especially if you're trying to learn trading. 5 second is really toxic. And the 15, yeah, maybe the 30, but still I would suggest staying on that 1 minute, because you gotta build up the patience. You can't just go from a let's say you can't go from a $500 car to a Lamborghini, because you're gonna kill yourself, right? That's what you're gonna do. Like, you're gonna crash and die. If you don't know how to handle a car, like if you just go full throttle in a Lambo, what's gonna happen? Option A, you spin. Option B, you go in a wall. You know, that's basically the 5 second. It's the Lambo. You don't wanna do that. $500 sleeper. It can be a good car to drive, I'm not gonna lie. Something about that adrenaline. Something about that adrenaline. So as I said, 70 to the 30. Looks like this is delivering. Damn. Damn. Coffin couch. Exactly, coffin couch. But yeah, look at this. Ooh. Gotcha, thanks. Yeah, currently I trade the 5 to 2 minute entries at lowest, but I want to gain more confidence on the 1 minute with backtesting. Hey, you know what's a good I have a good tip for you, and it's honestly just boils down to the 15 minute, right? If you actually keep track of the 15 minutes, like even like at this level, look at this level, just at this level, this zoomed out, and go into the 1 minute with the narrative. Okay, we are currently rejecting from that zone. We have swapped that. Okay, we gave a closure here, and now we're trading lower. Just with that level of, you know, being zoomed out, I think you can trade the 1 minute profitably in backtesting. But of course, you gotta go and check. You probably don't need to do the top down analysis every like single second. Yeah, 1 hour, 15 minute, 5 minute, 1 minute. I would suggest if you're trying to master the 1 minute. Probably like a good time frame stack. But if you know how to trade the 5 and 2 minute, I think 1 minute is a piece of cake for you. Yeah, you gotta get used to, you know, seeing things a little bit quicker. But that's just the only thing. And honestly, you can get that in backtesting, right? As we know. As all things. This just missed the 70, man. I gotta go backtest now. If we're rounding, it can also help for a short. Yeah, if you know rounding, yeah, good advice, JD. Yeah, if you're rounding, for example, like this, you can see maybe a long here. Okay, you have a zone here, for example. You see this for 15 minute. Yeah, 15 minute is one of the best time frames. Like if I was to do like a tier ranking system for time frames, it would be 15 minute and S tier for sure. I love the 15 minute. Give signal for YM. Let's go to the YM and give a signal. Oof. Oof. Yeah, that MM down below. Everything here does seem like it's mitigated. Yeah, everything here is mitigated, so maybe you can get an entry, well, not an entry, a rejection here at 51,900. There you can see a rejection because yeah, it will be ending up sweeping that low. Trading lower, could give a rejection, tap that, something like, yeah. I don't see this shorting to the absolute low though, so this does still seem like it wants to go lower, especially like on the 15 minute. Look at this move, right? This move is atrocious. Yeah, that MM is what I have YM trading to. Yeah, what is S&P doing? Let's see. Yes, sorry. Yes. Ooh, we have ES delivering on that MM again, and that low. So I'm gonna mark out that low with a green line. Because I do have us rejecting back into the range after that sweep, right? So if you're trading ES, I would cut shorts at 409. You know what I didn't check yet? Gold. Let's check gold. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Gold's dropping further. Okay. So yeah, the sweep of that and the low trade back into the range, possibly inside an SNDR. You know what I love? I love analysis when when people do analysis and they tell you what they see, right? It's not just, okay, rejection here, a rejection here, right? I love it when, for example, a lot of people, right, do that, and when I do it, I say, okay, there's an SNDR here that I expect, well, an MM here that I expect a rejection from. There is an origin here, or there is this candle wick here, you know? I really appreciate that info. I hope you guys do. Have you backtested gold as a secondary instrument to trade with your strat? I did backtest gold. It's, as I said, like, I backtested GC. Like, I don't like the fact that it's so erratic at times. Like, it just moves like nothing and then it trades, and then it moves like nothing and then it trades, and then it moves like nothing and then it trades. Personally, I'm not the fan of the movement. It's a little bit too volatile. Look at this. Okay, that's the market open. My bad. But just if you ever traded gold on Ninja Trader, you know that the positions, like how they move, like you're in profit. Like it moves so slowly compared to NQ. It moves so slowly, but it does move. EURUSD also dropping from an S&D. I had a lot of sketches on EURUSD. I don't know where they went, but I had EURUSD drop, and yeah, because we know on the 4 hour, right, we broke that low. We traded back into that previous range. The S&DR got mitigated. The 50 got mitigated. Now we're trading lower. Now where could this reject from? The S&D, right? I could see a rejection up from that S&DR. It could give you a move trading lower. Now where to? Possibly that low, that right? That's what I'm looking for. EURUSD. It could reject at the 50% and then take out the low, but that's essentially what I see. I gotta go back to NQ because it's gonna take the low. Imagine if this goes and takes out both of the lows now. Oh man, I made a huge mistake. I didn't bring anything to drink. We're gonna suffer today. So if we got this right, this is a 15, possibly an hourly swing. So wait for at least a 15-minute closure down below if you want to involve yourself in any shorts, perhaps, right? You want to see a higher time frame closure down below. Don't wait. Like, this is exactly what I mean when I say I correspond the closure, like the zone, to the time frame, right? This is obviously not a 1 minute low. We know that from market structure. This is not a 1 minute low. So therefore, I'm not expecting a 1 minute closure to hold. Right? The 1 minute closure can mean this. A 15-minute too, but that's irrelevant. Like, I want a 15-minute closure at least. I want to mitigate those chances for any potential losses. And how I do that is with closures. Closures are a form of confirmation in these markets. But hey, don't blink, I didn't talk about gold. I can do a second run. I wouldn't mind doing a second run on gold, just for fun. So we have broken that low. Now let's see. You guys taking any trades yet? Or are you sitting on your hands like me? Greek gold be moving a little crazy. If you miss the entry, it's a wrap usually. Yeah, exactly. If you miss, yeah, that's exactly. Oh my god. Yeah. So if you had an I remember this exactly. If you had an like, it was a perfect and it did this. It was a perfect just never got to it. Never got to the sweep, right? And it just left like so abruptly. I was like, man. Yo, Wingsane, me too. Yeah, today is a little... I mean, obviously not the best of days. It's FOMC, but every day is a trading day, right? So we're gonna make the most out of it. It does tend to leave you a little bit more than Natasha over here. Natasha has been really good to us. Let's call her Nancy. Yeah, we're gonna call her Nancy. What should we call gold? I'm trying to find a good name for gold. The king. I'm trying to find, yeah, let's trying to find a good name. Dolly. Yo, Dolly. So we're gonna call her Dolly. Call him. It's a gold. The ruler of all currencies. So the way this is hesitating, I could see maybe a little move lower and then go higher. But the way this is hesitating, it does seem like it wants to maybe touch that imbalance and then go lower. We have swept that low though. The low is swept. You know what we're gonna call gold? Bonaparte. Exactly, that's what we're gonna call gold. Let's see. I wanna look at where is it? Oil. Okay, so oil is at 84. I don't know if you guys trade oil. But oil at 84 is good. Where is it rejecting from though? We have that low. Yeah, an okay. We have broken structure to the downside though. This is a good indication, but with oil, like this was when the Hormuz wait, was it like not higher yet? It was really, yeah, it was over there. I don't know what they're doing back in the Middle East, I'll be honest. It is just moving in this tiny little, yeah. So as I said, I could see a tap of that imbalance to go lower, but with that low being swept, we could get a further mitigation. A large part of this trading thing, right? It's there's gonna come days like this. Like, I know I said this already and stuff, but when these days do come around, make sure not to force trades. These markets, if you have a hole in your system, they will fill that hole. Remember that. Make sure, if it's not a bother, can you give us an example of a zone belonging to another like 5 to 15 minutes and how you use that to not get chopped up on the lower time frame? Or maybe have a video. Now, I don't have a video, but that's a good video idea. It's really niche, but so what you're asking me, if zone belonging to another 5 minutes, what I'm looking for essentially is the current trend that we are in. What time frame does the trend belong to? That's what I'm looking for, right? It does it belong to the 5 minute? Does it belong to the 1 minute, right? And that's really apparent. From the 1 minute, you're gonna see like these small swings. On the 5 minute, you're gonna see much larger swings. On the 15 minute, larger than that, right? And if I give you an example, I think there was an example here. I don't think I have the data for it. Okay. It just goes down to validity at the end of the day. If it's a valid swing on the 5 minute, it belongs to the 5 minute, and the size, of course, right? So you have that flip, and then you have these small swings, which obviously do not correspond to that time frame, right? And you don't want to get chopped up in those little swings, counting them. Like with swings, you want them to be at least the same size. For example, here, right? You want them at least to be at same size. You don't want to be one larger, like much larger than the other. Look at here. So if we just take a look at here, look, to have this swing, another 5 minute, and then another, and then we get a break, right? This is now a higher time frame swing, higher than 5 minute or 15. Let me go to the 15, hold on. Yeah, so on the 15 minute, it was a valid swing over here too, right? These are all validated 15-minute swings. So this did belong to the 15-minute. I don't know how exactly. I mean, I hope you've understood, but essentially you do wanna see for that validity. You do wanna check, is the swing valid on that time frame? And on the 5 minute, is it valid on the 5 minute? Right? Is it, well, on the 1 minute, usually all the swings are valid. But for example, this was part of the 1 minute, right? The swing here, that was part of the 1 minute. And that too, right? This is all 1 minute. And this too. Let me just say that when it comes to multi-time frame analysis, most of the time you can just check out the TDAs. Like the start of the live streams are usually when I do the TDAs. I mean, if you have any further questions, of course ask. Like I'm not gonna shame you for asking questions. It's a little hard to explain, right? Because I don't know the root cause of your problems. Like, what are you really dealing with? Like, where does it stop being clear, right? Look at this imbalance though. The first imbalance, what? Puts in a new low. Oh, did it now? Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. This is a heavy bearish candle. God damn. Would you look at that? Bum, 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 bum. Is it gonna close below the low? No way. Surely not, right? It's gonna have a rejection. Yeah, the 15 minutes still has 5 minutes to close. Yeah, it has 5 minutes to close. We do have us rejecting here and here and here. These are all the areas that I do expect a rejection. I am overall looking for that closure down below. So over here, there's a good example of, matching the zone. Like, this is a higher time frame zone. We obviously know that this is a higher time frame zone. We're not gonna be looking at the 1 minute, right? The 1 minute did close down below, but the 1 minute is not responsible or not really a part of that low, like this swing entirely. Yeah, the 1 minute has a swing count of its own. And obviously we're not going to be looking at the 1 minute, even the 5 minute, right? We're going to be looking at the 15. Now you can obviously look for the hourly here, and it would make sense. So you have 33 minutes left, and you have this fractal here, which you can short from with short bias. And on the 15 minute, or even on, I think on the 5 minute, there's a good example of that. No sweep, you are the sweep over here, right? And with that sweep, you could see a trade going lower. We tapped the 50% of the higher time frame yeah, I'm still not confident, like just the way this has been dropping all these days, that this is gonna hold. Yeah, maybe it's gonna have a deeper mitigation and then go higher. I guess it can be seen as a narrative problem. Maybe I'm using 5 minute and 15 minute zones at the wrong time, and when to choose appropriate time frame to entry. And I think that stems, you know, I think you need to do some hindsight looking at price, not just backtesting, because yeah, backtesting will solve a lot of problems, but if you just look at hindsight, like what happened, I try to understand it. Like looking at PA from a hindsight perspective, yeah, it's bad if you want to, you know, say, oh, look at this SNDR entry, I look at this how it delivered. Yeah, okay, we get it. But like if you want to learn PA, looking at price from like in hindsight is beneficial, because it can tell you a lot of things. Yeah, this happened, okay, then I mark out, okay, this is a high, this is a low, this is a high low, right? It's a little hard to articulate when you know a lot of the concepts but you don't know where you're going wrong. Do you journal, Blink? That is a good question. Do you journal, like your emotions and stuff and your trades? Because it would be a good place to start if you don't know where is it falling apart. The way M1's going higher, I think we may not get a 15-minute closure here. But yeah, with the journaling, I think it's a good place to start if you have not journaled yet. Because then you see, okay, this was a trade, you can go back in time, okay, this was the date, let me see what actually happened in that point. Like, what did the market do? And if the market did the exact thing you had your narrative, like write down your what was your structure like, what was your narrative like, which zones did you take, which entry did you take. Write all these things down, because then you have, you know, the 4 pillars, and then you see the chart. Okay, what went wrong here? Was it the narrative? Like, did I have just complete wrong narrative? No, because there can be a lot of things that, you know, are going wrong. So that's why journaling, for example, is really good. And I do have a really good journal, but I just can't release it to the public. I can make one. I'll do some more of that hindsight review for sure. I'm starting to do some of that journaling too. Got work to do, but the beauty is in the work. Hey, exactly, the beauty is in the work. But the good part here is that with journaling, you are gonna see what's going wrong. And I'm not kidding you. Like, I promise you, when you start to journal, you'll see. Write down your emotions. Write down how you felt about the trade. Write down how, if it was an A+ or not. Like, write down all of these notes. Write down structure, narrative, confirmation entry, right? Write everything down. Go through your trading plan. Did you take the trading plan? Did you break rules? Did you go against structure, right? Yeah, it's a really good place to start, eh? I love it. You know, when people show initiative like this, man, ooh, such a lovely feeling, I tell you. So we have that 15-minute closure down below, and with that sweep, you could see us trading lower. But if this wants to long, this would be a perfect place to long from, because obviously we do have that that 50 of the higher time frame as Wing saying, sorry, as Rush stated. And that 50% can do what? Right? Deliver that 1-to-1. And then we look to see and seek that low. But in terms of structure alone, like, look at this. Perfect rounding. Wait, what's this 50 again? I missed it. The 50 is an MM. Let me go. Do I even have data for the 5? No. Wait. Not even for the 15, that's crazy. So on the hourly, you do have that 50, right? Of the MM. So you have that one tap. Now you could classify this as the other tap. And then I have another tap, and another tap, and now the 50. Just down below the low was the 50 of the higher time frame MM. Yeah, no worries. So the 1 minute currently, oh, we are moving today. This is 400 points of moving. Damn! Look at this. So that imbalance delivered. Let me see where the 15-minute imbalance is at. YM going to all-time lows. Yo, let me see that. Nah, it's not at the MM yet. Not at the MM yet. We shorting that to all-time lows though. Back to 30k. Yeah, this index hasn't been as good as NQ. NQ has been so crazy. When you compare the two, like, NQ's been just blowing all of that out of the water. If that MM doesn't catch it, it's over. Yeah, the MM is the catalyst. Mr. Dow Jones put the price in the back. Yeah, that Mr. Dow Jones, yeah, it's over. Yeah, but that YM, but I do see, obviously, did I... Oh yeah, that MM is just down below. This is a place where you could see price reject. Yeah, yeah. They have that, and obviously the sweep, right? The sweep, I would... Oh yeah, this you could classify it as an SNDR, technically. Technically, it is the last down move. Let me see the higher. Yeah, the higher time frame swing would be here. So that 30 does align with the 50 of the MM. So that's cool. But overall, as I'm viewing structure right now, it does not look good for YM. It is the previous swing. If that swing doesn't hold, oh yeah, good luck YM. If that swing doesn't hold, it probably will. Probably will. Let's go back to NQ. In that MM. You could see a rejection here. But this short is a high risk D setup. I wouldn't really be putting money on that, but I do see a rejection here. I would look for shorts higher. Yeah, I would look for shorts higher. The MM is also a volume imbalance. Shorts higher. I mean, I don't want to be shorting the bottom of the range, you know? I don't want to be shorting here. But this is obviously very bearish PA. I'm not interested in any shorts here, and I'm not kidding when I say this. Let me see. We have a small S&D up in here. That's pretty much it. So what could happen is that sweep of the low, flip, and then start moving higher. Yeah, that could, yeah. I'm starting to DCA SpaceX. Yo, where's SpaceX? Probably at 90 now. Ooh, not good. Not good. This is not good. This is not good. Is that the hourly high that we're rejecting from? Yeah. Not good. 2 shares. I would buy lower. I don't think, yeah, I would buy like at 80 or 100. I would wait for like at least a structure break. I would DCA on a structure break. Not financial advice. Oh, I forgot that one. Ooh. A deadly one, a deadly one. Looks like we could get, if it drops to 50, Dave will go wild on X. Does he have a call to 50? That would be crazy. I mean, SpaceX, if SpaceX goes to 50, like, why is the company even on? Too late, follow the financial advice. Yo, back it up. Back it up. Should I just self-report to the authorities right now? Yeah, no, if that happens, that means the company has lost 75% of its value, right? I think. Where's it? Let me see. From 150. Yeah, 66. My bad. 66. 66% of its value. And why are you still open at that point, right? Like, what are we doing? Thank you. Looks like we might even get an hourly closure down below. But as we said, right? A trade lower, possibly break that high, and would still be overvalued, which is crazy. Just close the shop at that. But yeah, close the company. Like, all of the people that are investing in SpaceX just don't know what SpaceX is. It's an AI company. It's not the rocket ship and stuff. It's not. It's like it's an AI company, and we knew that with that initial IPO. Sorry, with that IPO, we knew that, and everybody knew that, but they still bought, right? They bought SpaceX to 200. And when it started crashing, they were like, oh, why is it going down? Why am I down 100%? I wonder, G. Did you even read what the IPO is? Did you go over it? Did you maybe put it like we have AI right nowadays? We have AI. If you put that shit into Claude, ooh yeah, it would. Yeah, you gotta find a good AI that isn't on any side, that's not unbiased. But yeah, just a little bit of research, you would have found out, oh, maybe that's not such a good investment. Maybe I should short it. And probably a lot of people did. Probably a lot of people did short it. And are now people buying 10 shares at 3 trillion market cap and expect... That's how I feel with Bitcoin. That's how I feel with Bitcoin. When Bitcoin was at 100k. You guys know when it was at 110k, right? That's how I felt. Now it's at 64. And I still think it could go lower. Like, buying SpaceX at the IPO is exactly as buying Bitcoin here. Elon has a clan of boomers behind him who always buy his product and invest in his ideas. Yeah, rich boomers at that, Benny. Rich boomers. Like, goddamn. But do they know that they're not investing into rockets or Mars? Is that a thing? What's the market cap of SpaceX right now? That would be... Yeah, it was 3 trillion at the top. Oh, look at this shorting. Ooh. NQ doing what NQ does. Best, not give you shorts. 1.48 trillion. It has halved. You know how much money that was from the early investors? Probably a lot. Even Tesla is cooked company. Yo, okay, Tesla, we knew that shit is still overvalued. Like, look, I had a... Oh... Look what I had Tesla doing. So I had Tesla going to even lower, but we obviously had a tap here and a possible tap of the sweep, right? That was the origin here. We had the tap of the origin and then we went higher, obviously. But I had Tesla shorting at 297 and Tesla shorted at 297. And then came that boom, right? The 24, the boom. Everybody was buying Tesla. We all knew that was overvalued. What happened? Straight down. It dropped by 50%. Now, I don't know why people are still buying into this. Like, the realistic value of Tesla is somewhere around here. That's my, like, 100 to 50. Tesla as a company has to, like, come up with some really good stuff. Just as a motor company, right? As a car company, for me to deem it this of a value. But let me go back to NQ. Like, what is NQ doing? NQ is doing nothing. NQ is just shorting. That sucks. We've been shorting for the past 11 days. So swept the low. Now with that closure down below, you could see this is the protected high. Let me just mark this as the sweep. Let me back. Here we go. This is much better. I'll save this as sweep. The black one looks much better. Yeah. I would short Tesla a lot if I had an options account. I would short. Let me see Google. What is Google? Google? Is it Google or Google? What's the? Oh, I'm looking at futures. Isn't it Google? I swear. Okay. I was looking at futures. I was like, damn. I had Google shorting to all the way here to the 50. It still has a lot of time to come to here, but yeah. I had Google jumping from the 50. Apple. Let's see, Apple. Yeah, with Apple, oh, it's been just on a run. Like, who's buying Apple? Like, okay, so we have 3 swings here. So anytime that you see a lower time frame reversal, it could mean. Yeah, I know. I can't wait for the earnings report. We have earnings at, let me see what time. At market, okay, after market close. So who's loading up shorts? Let me see, NQ. Okay, that's not NQ. Let me see if this works. The indicator, the market structure, DTFX indicator, which, yeah, does not work. Let me see 1 minute. What if I do 1 minute? Oh, it just doesn't work then. Okay. So we're all loaded up on shorts. Let's do waves. So I am still looking for that, you know, flip. Maybe come up into this zone. But we have a lot of playroom here. A lot of playroom. Like 260 points of playroom before anything happens. But that's crazy. The indicator, look at this. That's the hourly? No way. Let's do 4 hours. Crazy. It's not as accurate as I would have thought originally. But it is pretty accurate. You could make an MM indicator with this. You could make an MM indicator with the market structure one. Drop it into Claude and say, yo, give me all of the major taps into the MM, and then give me a signal to sell, and go on Twitter and just claim you found the holy grail. No, I'm kidding though. Don't take that shit seriously. It's obviously a joke. Like, I'm not taking any shots here. But it is crazy how we went from F indicators to fully promoting and now will be selling an indicator, or at least marketing one. I mean, okay, I get it. It may work. But like, damn. Yeah, it is, Rush. And I'm still an advocate of raw PA. Like, I don't support indicators at all. Like, I get that they can work, right? Obviously, they can work. Interesting. The volume. Okay. I don't support indicators at all. So whatever he's doing, I'm pretty sure that he knows. I strongly hope and pray that this isn't a money grab. I wanna see profitable DTFX traders. Please, Dave. If it means giving them an indicator to trade, do it. But if, come on, don't grab money like that. Yeah. You know, the talk of a hedge fund was, I don't know what happened. I think there was like this huge drama with that on X. Like, he was talking, yeah, of starting a hedge fund. Obviously in the private mentorship too. But no, no hedge fund has been created, and as of today. I don't think so. Like, I don't have the information, insider info. But when I did, like, nothing. It was nothing. It was only talks. I don't, yeah, please don't. Uninstall. If you have X, uninstall it. It's such a toxic space. It's incredibly toxic. I would never suggest anyone be on there. Like, you know what you see? You're not even you're not missing out on a lot. Like, most of the time it's degen traders, or just look, I opened up X. We have, first of all, what's happening? The trending Koju, crazy. First of all, then we have a guy promoting a coupon for what is this? Lucid. And then we have Stoic traders, and then we have the man, the myth, the legend, Patrick Wieland. I mean, you know, I just follow soccer. Yeah, I mean, that's cool, you know, like a hobby. But even that, like, trading, if you're following, yeah, most normal day. I don't even know. I think this was the calmest day on X. Like, there's been a lot of stuff on X over the years. But as I said, if we do come up above that high with a body closure, you could see us trading back below and then moving higher. Now, my overall target, if this continues to go long, is that high, but we could reject here. So we got a Reels notification. Okay, is this safe to play on stream? Is this safe to play on stream? I'm gonna look at it in my own free time. Okay, I don't think I trust you. Wait. Okay, let's open this. Okay, where's sound? I know this is pretty loud. Okay, we're gonna trust Rust. I hope you're not gonna blow your chance. Yup. I think we all saw this. Watching reels on live, that's crazy. Yeah, that's essentially what's happening here at Market Open. You know, in New York, when they have the hedge funds, like these huge ass buildings, do you think they're screaming at each other through the windows? No, I'm gonna long. No, you aren't. I'm gonna long. No, I'm gonna long 50s. No, I'm gonna long 25s. Just screaming at each other through the windows. Well, anyways. we got the level. But that could happen all throughout. Like, I'm not saying this is gonna deliver right now. I'm saying that it can happen over the span of this whole session. Like, this could do this up until FOMC, and then FOMC kicks around the 2, pop, you know, or we get rate cuts. Ooh, wait, TBRs? No, is that TBRs? Wait, what's that indicator? Interesting. But yeah, for NQ, I have that target. End of session, is that the CR7? I shouldn't be, okay, never mind. So this is still bearish. Like the M1 is clearly bearish. Look at this perfect trend, by the way. Have this high, this low, we will close down below, this high. Holy leak. Yeah, I don't know. I know it's the 7. 1, 2, 3, 5. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I'm not. I can't comment on that. I don't know why I still have this. Like I get the indicators, like why you would use it, but it's just, I don't know. Time for Instagram Reels. Yeah, when price action, back in the days when I was addicted to Instagram, what I did when price action was doing this, and I, you know, was obviously waiting for a higher time frame target to play out, I just went doom scrolling on Instagram. That's what I did, and that's basically the whole session was me scrolling endlessly, frying my brain, and you know, obviously no entry delivered. It was kind of like a legal time skip. You went on your phone, right, and you just started, you know, scrolling, like just scrolling, and time just flew by. I'm not saying that you should do it too, because it literally fries your brains. It literally does. So if this does trade lower, then you could see a too late. You could see a pop. But if not, you obviously have that high that can be traded up above to give you an entry. Like this zone up above is 317 ticks. So even if you wanted to risk accordingly, you couldn't. Because like for me, I have $150 of risk. And if I wanted to go short on this zone, I literally couldn't. Because this zone is 326 on InQ. Hold on. 17, sorry, 317. That would be $159 dollars of risk. I mean, that's still acceptable. That's still acceptable. But overall, the 15-minute is still I'm looking for that high. So meanwhile, Rust is slaving away on Instagram. we got that 50-minute. This does look really nice on the 50-minute. On the 15-minute, this looks really nice. Doom scrolling as we speak. Hey, multitasking. You're multitasking right now. But we have no imbalances here. Yeah, we have a tiny little imbalance up above, but just this candle pattern does look really nice. Now I'm backtesting. I barely even pop Instagram. Hey, Instagram, if you don't, props to you. But it's one of the most addicting, like TikTok and Instagram, one of the most addicting platforms. And X is up there, but TikTok and Instagram, like if you ever found yourself doom scrolling, like it's so hard to stop. It's so hard. Then when you stop, you feel like existential crisis. That's what you feel. That's exactly what you feel. No, existential drought. That's what you feel. You just sit there. It's worse than caffeine withdrawal. Yeah, I mean, social media is up there with the drugs, yeah. When it comes to your brain stimulation. Let me just mark out that protected high. Here we go. I quit for 3 years TikTok and Insta, and I'm proud of you, Benny. I'm proud of you. This year I started using an app to block all of this from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm sure this was a shit ton of time. I'm proud of you guys. You see? Hey, we got some independent thinkers over here. Let's go. I love that. I love that. That's one of the best things that you can do for yourself, like for your overall mental health and health in general. Damn, I'm proud of you guys. You see? Hey. You see, that's a win. That's a win in my books. For sure is. Lovely. I love to hear that. So obviously we do have FOMC at what do we say, at 2? Yeah, it's 2. Okay, that's still a long way from now, but yeah, as if when you quit, right, you'll realize how much time you actually have, like, for free. It's crazy. You don't really even realize that you're spending hours and hours on those platforms, and you stop, and all of a sudden you gain 1 hour of free time. Ooh, what am I gonna do? Go read a book or something? I don't know. But I mean, but yeah, that concept is crazy. You quit social media, then all of a sudden you got time to backtest. What? So with that break of structure, I am looking like if this is gonna close up above, you could see a flip forming, because this is in a higher time frame area, right? This is in a zone flipping, and you could see this is a high probability long here, but it is the bottom, right? So try not to catch the bottom. These are my targets: 747, like the Boeing, and 835. These are my targets for higher prices. Yo, vegan pies, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Yo, it's a little late in the stream, but yeah, not a lot. God, I love 747. Yeah. Yo, but you haven't missed much, vegan pies. It's just been trending down slowly. Now we are nearing that protected high. Queen of the Skies. Yeah, you are right. You are right. You know that with the it's like an interesting fact. With the recession, right? Sorry, not recession. With this oil thing, people said, yeah, we're gonna have less travel. The previous week was the busiest week for airlines in a while. There's been more than 10,000 aircrafts, I think, in the sky at the same time. Let me see. It's truly phenomenal. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think of a trade that I took since yesterday. Not to think of the trade euro that barely moved since. It's just, I mean, I'm out of respect, I'm not gonna look at the euro. I thought I could make it before FOMC. Yo, we're probably gonna, I mean, I'm gonna be here for a little while longer. But yeah, this NQ, like, as it's been moving lately, it's not been as good. have these big moves in New York, right? And then you have big moves in PM session in Asia. Right? This was Asia. Like, look at it. Since when does Asia move 1.5%? But guys, yeah, beware if you're trading Forex with the JPY pairs. Japan is in a tight financial situation right now. Everyone is waiting for those rates. Yeah. So I don't know for you guys what your predictions are in terms of FOMC. But we'll see. I think we won't have any rate cuts. I think they're gonna stay the same, but I think that's probably a mistake. I think the rates should go down. So yeah, Walsh is not trying to lower the rates. Like, he's been really, like, he's been almost with Trump. I thought he and Trump were like good, and I don't think they are. It's his first. I say he won't change anything, but Trump gets, yeah. Trump wants him to do it, but he isn't budging, and I like that. I respect that. Right, it's integrity. It's crazy not to see Fed chairman. What was his name? Oh my god, I forgot the name. Oh my god, I forgot the previous chairman's name. But yeah, it's crazy to not see him anymore in these Fed meetings. Yeah, Powell. Oh my god, he was a legend. Sometimes. It depends on which side of the trade you were on. If he lowers it, my trade is out of the window. Look, probably not. It's probably gonna stay the same. It's probably gonna stay the same. But again, we can't know that for certain. Go look at Twitter, what Trump says. He's probably gonna give you a signal. Did you guys see like Trump wanting to literally sell signals? Yeah, forecast. I saw it is the same, and yeah, as you said, he is new in office. Yeah, there is a high chance of no rate cuts. But just the way you know, US has been dealing with Iran and stuff. There could be an increase of rate cuts. There could be an increase. We never know, right? We're gonna wait. Trump starting his own Telegram signal syndicator. Can't wait to buy that. Trump is easing out the inflation cause by saying we're talking with Iran. So I assume he's doing this to make sure the wall doesn't hike. Yeah. Probably. I mean, at the end of the day, I think Trump is a good manipulator, right? And yeah, legally selling insider info. That's exactly, yeah. Insane. God, just Trump pumpinator, bro. The Trumpinator. I wonder what he would name it. Probably something like the Golden Signal Group, or yeah. The Trump phone was golden. He likes gold. I don't know. I'd subscribe to that. I think the price of that Signal Group, let me see. Trump Signal Group price. I think it was like, it was really expensive. I can't find it. But yeah, the BB terminal. I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta realize, grab the golden bucket. In the end of the day, everything is manipulated, whether we like it or not. Like every single market that we trade, everything is manipulated heavily. No closure up above that high, which is crazy. But that just goes to show the power of market structure, right? I really wanted that closure, I'm gonna be honest. Bloomberg's one is on another level, but the Trump one would be king. Since, yeah, it's literally legal insider info. Oh, you mean the terminal? Oh, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we usually do like 2 hours of streaming, and if there's no setup, I usually just go. So you guys are so creative with names. I love it. I love it. But yeah, it's been 2 hours. So I'm sorry. It's been 2 hours. If you guys have any questions about trading in general, make sure to ask it. But otherwise, I will end the stream here, and we're gonna see each other on Friday. Hey, I'm streaming every day. I really didn't have the energy to stream today. I was like dying, literally dying. But I did trying to pick myself up, and you know, trying to be presentable. I hope I succeeded in that. But yeah. Hey, thank you guys. I'll see you guys on Friday, okay? 9:15, okay? 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. I'm always here. The schedule I'm not gonna miss, okay? Take care, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.